Good morning, my friends. Welcome back. Today I am going to take a little dive into my Christmas journals, my Christmas past, shall we say. The Christmas is past in my journals. I have quite a lot of Christmas here. This book here is 2019, a tiny bit 2019. I was just beginning kind of my memory keeping journey at this point. So I've got a little bit of 2019, then 2020's Christmas, 2021, 2022, 2023, and then last year, 2024. I am going to have a flip through. We're not going into any depth. We're just going to have a really quick look through because I'm just wanting to get myself inspired, get myself ready to make my 2025 Christmas journal. I love Christmas journals. Love them. Love Christmas crafty thing. I'm just obsessed. So we're going to take a look through some of my previous journals and get myself a little inspired and just have a chat about Christmas journals in case you are also in the process of kind of building and making your own Christmas journal potentially, or just looking for some inspiration on how you might fill out a Christmas journal. This is going to be the video for you. So let's get started. All right, I've got my coffee and I've got my journal. Let's go flipping through. So this book here is obviously made from the cover of a little golden book, and I stitched on a few little patches of this little holly fabric I had, which was so cute, and I took apart the book and used two big ring binder things to make this a journal. This is such an easy way to make a really cute journal. If you are new to making junk journals, you could find a Christmas book, rip the pages out, rip the spine apart, cut it with a blade, punch some holes in it if you can. I actually have a feeling that my husband drilled these holes for me because I don't think I could get a hole punch through them if I'm remembering correctly. I think I got him to drill through it for me. And then just pop some binder ring things in. Easy. Such an easy book. And then you just fill it up with paper, Christmas cards, wrapping paper, anything. So let's take a little look through. I had this old from 1991 calendar which I used here, and I was sort of writing little bits. I've changed the date to 2019, and then I was just putting like one thing that happened each day up until I got to the 19th, and then didn't. Our Christmas movies that we were watching, I don't think 2019 was truly my year yet, but the second half of the book was 2020. So I've tucked in some Christmas cards I was given. That's so cute in here. This is not my current address, so that's fine. My sister had made this little, where does it change? Here it must be where it changes to 2020. So I didn't do a lot. My sister made, I didn't know who it was. Someone was dropping parcels on my door using this ransom note style, and I genuinely had no clue who it was that was doing it. It turned out it was my sister. Every few days there'd be a little present on my doorstep. And I saved all of the ransom notes. I was having a rough time. So you'll see in several of my Christmas journals, there was a rough time. My daughter had passed away in October. I was pregnant with her and she was born too early and passed away in October. And so the Christmas spirit was not upon me. And my sister was cheering me up at this point. So this was her little gift to me, and that's in 2019. Now we're moving into 2020. Oh, this is not even glued on. This is just supposed to be here. I might actually just add a little whoops. I might just add a little double-sided tape to this because I feel like I'm going to end up losing this out of my book eventually if I don't just add it in. And while it's not like, oh, this is life-changingly good, it must be in the book, it's still part of how I was documenting and how I've grown as a journaler. And what I was into at the time, and actually I have such a nostalgia for my old journals. So let's see if we can line that up to make it look half straight, because I'm not always the best at this, but that will be fine. Slap it on there. I just noted down a few things. Again, it looks like I was trying to fill in one thing a day. This is actually something I may want to bring back for this year, because I think it's quite fun doing a little December calendar up front and noting one thing in per day up until Christmas. So you can see there that I tried that 2 years in a row, didn't succeed, but I kind of love it. So that's something I might consider. I got myself a phone for just before Christmas, a new phone here, because mine was so bad. this was a postcard. Oh, okay, I'm not going through all the details. We're just going to have a quick look, just to get inspired, because I have flip throughs of all of these from the past. So you could look through my Christmas playlists in the past if you were interested in that, to kind of go into more of the details. I love doing junky tags, like junky Christmas trees like this with fabric scraps. Want to do more of them. Photo of our Christmas tree. Yeah, this is definitely 2020, because 2019 Christmas we lived in a different house, but this is at our current house. So much, like, oh, there's a sticker in there that doesn't even belong in here. Gosh, I don't even know what I've got in these journals. They're just bits floating around. I used a lot, oh my gosh, I've used a lot of like dimension tape, oh my gosh, and these puffy stickers. I don't do that much now because my books get so full, but I was obviously really into the real dimensional, like I've used foam tape to stick this image on so it's like puffed up. That is so interesting. I wouldn't have remembered that I did that. I was into that at any point. Oh gosh, okay, I won't show you the back of that, but I was making illustrations of all of the children. I used to work in a primary school. I had taken photos of all the children and then illustrated them to make them little Christmas cards, little kind of illustrated versions of them. And that was so much fun. Okay, I'm going to have to come back and put that away again later because it's not going in there nicely, but how fun. These were some Christmas crackers we had. Really cute. I worked in a school, and of course here in New Zealand, I'm in New Zealand in case you were trying to figure out where my accent's from. It's summer at Christmas time, so the school kids were all in the pool that I was watching them in the school pool. Yeah, oh my gosh, so many things going on. I did face mask, this terrifying looking face mask packet. These are the movies I was watching. This has got to be wrapping day, right? I do a wrapping day every year where I watch like a ton of movies all in one go, although I don't know if I watched all of these in one go. Surely not. I think these are just movies I watched over the month. And then underneath I put my favorite quote from the movie, or a funny quote from the movie underneath there. My husband went and hung out with his brother this day, and they took Christmas photos and sent them to me, and I loved it. This was about wrapping the presents under the tree. Oh my gosh, I'm explaining everything again. Love this. I printed this little illustration I've done on some vellum. That's so fun. I haven't printed on vellum in forever. I don't even know if my current printer. Poor quality photo, but that is the end of year prize giving thing. End of the school year. Our school year ends in December because it ends at Christmas time. I don't know what I'm saying. It ends at the end of the regular year instead of half year, you know? Gosh, I'm all over the place. But that there is my first Christmas journal for 2019, a tiny bit at the front, and then it's mostly 2020. But that's my first book, which I absolutely love. Do I want to do another rings version? I'm not sure. I think what I got from this is I would like to do another one of these calendars, and also I definitely want to make more fabric scrappy trees. In love with that. So those are the ideas I'm pulling out of that book. Here is my next book. Let's bring her out. This is 2021. I've got this little pin here, a little Christmas tree pin. This one's just like the soft, like you can see, this cover is literally just a piece of fabric. So easy. Having some of my coffee. So easy. So simple. I just stitched on some fabrics, some different Christmassy looking vibes onto this piece of red, like felt almost. It's like a wool felt. I don't know if it's real wool, but it's sort of woolly. Anyway, and then bound in this one humongous signature. This is not what I would do again. I would not do one humongous signature, but I mean, I love this journal. Look at the beef on it though, and this is it compressed. It has been compressed on a shelf for years, so it obviously would have been like poof at the beginning, crazy. So we've got this little Christmas pig, my little December daily. I had started now, but for 2019, I hadn't done journaling really. So that was my first year of attempting journaling. I began in earnest with my journaling in 2020. Every year I save a little piece of our Christmas tree and keep it in a little packet. So this is a little piece off of the Christmas tree, and I save a little piece of it and pop it in my journal, and I love it. So special. I always add the Spotify Wrapped into my Christmas journals, well, from this year. Love that too. my niece, this must have been her first Christmas, so that's pretty special. Little Christmas card thing. So cute. Oh my goodness, this is so, she was so little. Here's another one of my scrappy trees. I do love making my little fabric scrap trees. Little Freya, my niece. Oh, she's so gorgeous. This piece of trim I need to stick back on. Goodness me. What else am I looking at in here that I'm like, oh, definitely love and want to do that again? Again, it's all this working at the school I used to work at stuff. I don't work there now. This must have been my wrapping day because I watched 5 Christmas movies. And then here's a sample of the different wrapping papers I used for each person in my family. Love that. Christmas tree photos. I always do a big wrapping day where I spend like the whole day wrapping presents and watching Christmas movies, and I look forward to it every year. And then I always do a big spread about the movies I've watched and the wrapping papers I have picked out and things like that. I often do that and I quite love it. This must have been end of school year here. I was reading books. Yeah, end of school. That's right, we had a big flood happen out of nowhere. Just the rain came down and it all flooded. And I barely made it home through the flooding. It was terrible. This was our old house, and it just had been, the whole section had been destroyed from the flooding. So we were glad that we didn't live there anymore. Yep. Oh, my mum's bumblebee recipe. I need to take a photo of that again and add that to my cookbook. Because I love that recipe. It's like truffle kind of things. They're delicious. I love all the scrappiness of this, like all of the bits of scrap paper and washi tape. I love how that looks. I need to remember to do that. Oh, my desk was all set up so tidy. It doesn't look like that now. My goodness. We're just taking a real quick flip through. I've got to remind myself we're not spending forever. This was a little baby's first Christmas, because this must have been Christmas Day. Yeah, this is. And this is photos I was taking of Freya by the Christmas tree. Look how sweet that baby was. Ugh, my goodness. She is gonna, this year she is 4, and she has a sister and a new baby sibling on the way. So can hardly believe how time flies. My sweet little niece. These are some hilarious photos of my dad with Freya. Hilarious, and he hates them, and I find them so funny. I must have got this new slow cooker Instant Pot for Christmas, I think, this year. Love it. Oh, we had my brother-in-law come and stay for a little bit. How fun. This is New Year's Eve, and that's the end of 2021. But look at that. I love all the trim on this page, on this journal. That's something I want to take away from this, is scrap paper, like scrappy bits of paper and lots of trim and tabs, because that just looks delightful on the edge. Can you see that? I hope that that's lined up so that you can, but oh, I love all of this. Scrappy tabs. Okay, next book. I don't want to take too long going through these. Here is 2022, and again, it's got a lot of tabs, but less of them are fabric. I think I like maybe a good mixture. This one I can only see like one sort of fabric tab here. There's a few bits of like embroidery floss poking out and things, but oh, here's another fabric one. But the other one, it had a lot more like vertical fabric tabs, and I did like that. This book, I did 3 signatures. I think I potentially should have widened the spine a little touch, but this Christmas card image that I used on the front is absolutely gorgeous. It's very squished, this book. This one was just made on a piece of cardboard that I glued bits of paper to. This is how I often make my journals, actually. Like my current November journal that I'm in at the moment is this one here, which is again just a piece of scrapbooking paper that I have glued a bunch of scrap paper to and pretty bits of whatever. So that's how I seem to do a lot of my journals. So this one might have been kind of the beginning eras of this. I don't know. Let's take a look through. Oh my gosh, December days prompts. I love a good set of Christmas prompts. I really do. I want to make sure I do more of that. This is a Christmas card. I believe this was from lovely Belinda, who was making me an incredible advent calendar. And look, there's baby Freya, all a whole year older. Insane. Crazy. Me working on Christmas things at pottery. So fun. I love this little thing. This little card with the gold tree on it. So gorgeous. I love it. So I was adding in the little advent calendar gifts that my friend Belinda from Visualized NZ had sent me. She'd sent me little pockets and envelopes and things. So gorgeous. Got this little strawberry, that's so cute, a little strawberry charm on here. Oh, my sweet chickens, this is getting our tree day. Oh my gosh, you can see I had my gastric bypass between last year and here, which makes sense. I had looking quite different. So I love this little what is that, a little like charm thing. It's a button, I think, a little button. I added it on there. I think it looks so cute. This was us getting our Christmas tree. Then our local museum had a little Christmas party thing, so we went down to that. I went to my sister's for coffee this day, obviously, and we were milking her cow, because again, this is summer for us. So a lot of you guys might be looking at my journal and thinking, oh, it's a little bright, or it's like, why is she wearing shorts and a tank top outside? It's summer for us. So I can see that it would look quite different. It's quite difficult actually at being summer, because it means that a lot of the Christmas like scrapbooky stuff is all based around winter, because 90% of the population live in the northern hemisphere, so it makes sense. But it does make it more difficult to find really cute stuff. Like I've got a deer wearing a scarf. Well, that deer would not need a scarf here in New Zealand at Christmas time. I mean, I guess they might do if it was still flooding, right? That's right, this was so funny. James could not remember the word for porcupine this day. He was trying to remember what the word porcupine was, and he called it a piney-co. And I thought it was so funny. So I had this little Christmas hedgehog thing, which I was like, oh my gosh, that's so perfect to document that. This was my new Christmas ornaments. So cute. Oh, Christmas is magical. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to be working on my Christmas journal. Oh my gosh, Freya with her 3 tufties of hair. So funny. She's so funny. I love to work on illustrations at Christmas time. Like, I do a lot of digital illustrating for printables for Patreon, but I very rarely do a whole scene. I do more individual cutout items, but Christmas time I love to make the time to just do some Christmas illustrations. So that one was Cozy Santa. I am definitely intending to do some more Christmas illustrations this year, because oh, there's nothing even in that. That's fun. Here's our little piece of Christmas tree tucked away in this book here. So cute. Oh, this was James's work Christmas party. Oh, this was ideas for my mum's Christmas stocking that I was working on in here. It says for mother. I love that. This was one of my Christmas illustrations, a summertime one. So fun. 10th of December. Oh my gosh, James is fixing that. Man, that's so cool. I love looking at my journals so much. I go in here and I'm like, oh, that's right. That's what happened. Oh my gosh, I remember that, you know. I love it. This was our advent calendar. Getting chocolate every day. We've already bought our advent calendars ready to go again for this year. Very excited. Oh, my cousin's baby was born that day. We were obsessed with this restaurant that was serving the best brisket, and James said we could get it on our way home from town, and I was just singing this Christmas song, Let the Bells Ring Out, instead of for Christmas. I was singing it for brisket, and he thought I was a weirdo, which of course I am. I was planting peas this day, and this was me picking the strawberries out of our garden. This is a little pocket with Frey in there. Oh my goodness, my sweet girl. She's so big now. She's so big, you guys wouldn't even know. I'm in a weird mood today. I love, this is my Christmas baking illustration that I did. Oh, my kiddo, my big kiddo who we have come and live with us sometimes, she had sent me this illustration she had been working on, and I love that because at the time I didn't know who any of these people were, but I have since watched this anime, and so I now know who everyone on here is, and that makes it even funnier. We were making wrapping paper. Oh, that's right, we made wrapping paper. My mum and sisters and I all was making potato stamps. So fun. Love this piece of like flocked wallpaper or something there. That's gorgeous. Love. Okay, gotta keep going. This is taking too long. I was in a bad mood, so I wrote Grinch. I remember that. That's Rainbow Santa or something. Oh, my sister was in here in the newspaper, so I cut out the picture with her in it. Oh dear, that's right. James accidentally had gone to a party the night before and he had eaten some crayfish. He is very allergic to crayfish, and he didn't know there was crayfish in the thing that he had eaten. It was like a potato patty that he just thought was potato, but they had put crayfish in it, and he ate several of them, and then they said, this is crayfish in it, and he was not happy, and like, he wasn't cross at them, obviously not, he had eaten it, but he did not feel well after that, which is unfortunate. This is just some Bible study I was doing. Frey, she loved her little puffer jacket back then. She doesn't fit it now, but she loved that jacket. Our stockings up. These are our traditional stockings that we use every year. My sisters get the cute, every year when we were a kid, these were the 3 stockings that we had to take turns who got to have the cute one, because this stocking, the white one, is really annoying. It's all knitted, and inside, when you try and put your hand in there, your fingers get caught inside all of these bits of wool that like loops around your fingers. You can never get your presents out. And guess who, as an adult, gets the crummy stocking every single year traditionally? This gal, because I'm the big sister who has to just take the worst stocking every year. But I actually kind of love it now. It's become my stocking, and so it's sort of special. These were my wrapping day with my Christmas movies, and I didn't find any of them particularly good. Oh, this looks like I have made a pocket, which is, I've used double-sided tape, which is not your best pocket making material, but nonetheless what I used. My wrapping day, talking about that, and then the different, I've got all my wrapping paper pictures here. Oh, so fun. So much fun. Mugs I'd been working on, that's right, for Christmas. So neat. I'd been buying presents. I still need to buy my Christmas presents. Here's my wrapping paper sample page. So cute. So cute. Lots of fun Christmas. How special. I love this. Ready to embrace the spirit of Christmas. This kit, and no, not really. Funny. So fun. Oh, my sister often takes photos of her horses dressed up at Christmas, which is very cute. Very cute. Christmas Eve, we watched Jingle All the Way because it was my husband's favourite Christmas movie when he was a kid. Christmas Day. Oh, I'm going to take that out because it's not stuck anywhere. And I may use it again this year. Who knows? It says Brie, Merry and Bright because I love to make a baked brie at Christmas time. So we might bring that out and see if I can use that this year because I obviously did not use it. I just tucked it in there. This is our Christmas Eve kind of time. Oh my gosh, that's right. James said a night full of skies instead of a sky full of stars at night. Very silly. And that there is the end of the month. Oh, look, that's not been in there either. So a very cheery new year. Okay, I want to take that out as well. These bits that I've thought I might use and not. Okay, so that was 2023. Oh my gosh, I'm taking so long. Okay, this next book is going to be quick because... and a lot of you guys might know this one, but in 2023 I was pregnant with my daughter and she passed away on the 8th of December. And so my journal ended very abruptly at the 8th of December. So we're not going to go there. I loved this journal. I loved using these really deep colours. Up until here I'd used quite bright Christmas colours, very bright pink and red. And this year I really fell in love with the more like maybe traditional colours and things. I don't know. I really loved it. I obviously still had a bit of pink and whatnot in here. Absolutely. But definitely got a little bit more traditional looking on the cover anyway. So this is us getting our Christmas tree. We're not going to... Yeah, we're only going to go up till a few days into this because after that it gets a bit... I abandoned the book once she was born pretty much, but there is a little bit, some photos of her and things like that in there. So I won't go to that part, but I'm still, oh my gosh, this was James, naughty, not nice, because he'd cut our butter like this. How absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, oh my gosh, this beautiful postcard from Jenna. So nice. The cookies. Christmas time is a magical time. My baked brie recipe, because like I said, I often make a baked brie at Christmas. Yeah, we won't go. This is my baby Hazel, my other niece. Baby Hazel, so that's Freya's sister. She's not a baby anymore. She's 2. This is going to be her, I guess, her 3rd Christmas. I am this old. Okay, so up here, this is where I didn't get any more done. So we're going to put that book aside. This cover I'm completely obsessed with. I am thinking there's a good chance I may try and make another patchworky cover. I'm also planning on just being careful what I share here. I can go to this because these two whole signatures at the back were not even used. So I am intending to pull these signatures out because that's where I got up to in my book. There's nothing else in the book past that first signature. So I am thinking about taking, because there's so much beautiful Christmas paper that I could be using, you know, like I'm obsessed with this. This piece is absolutely freaking gorgeous. So I'm going to take all of this out, I think, and maybe try and reuse these papers for my journal this year is the plan, maybe, or some of them anyway. This is gorgeous too, because I didn't use 2 of the 3 signatures. Okay, and then last flip through. This one was in this really fun long shape, so I'll scoot that over so we can open it up. But this was made out of a book again, where I made this big wide spine. It has 3 signatures, lovely big wide spine with fabric. It's a Christmas Cats book, and I just loved. I had made another book a bit smaller, but this like long shape, and absolutely had loved it earlier in the 2024 year, and so I wanted to do another one. But these are some Christmas prompts. I love a good set of Christmas prompts. I really do. Hope to find some. Oh, lovely. Belinda and I went out Christmas shopping together this day. So special. So fun. My Starbucks coffee order. So this was a really fun Christmas, and Belinda had given me a neat advent calendar again, and I was obsessed with all the magazine images she had used to wrap the gifts. Loved it. Did my little illustration this year. So cute. Had sent some lovely mail. Yeah, all sorts of bits tucked in here, which I'm absolutely obsessed with. Look how junky it is. And then I got COVID, and it ruined my Christmas. I can tell you that. I had a very rough Christmas this year. Again, it was the 1-year anniversary of my daughter having passed away and things like that. I was having a really hard time with that, and then I had COVID, and my husband was busy and he did not want to get sick, so I couldn't even be around him, so I was just alone a lot, and it was a really difficult time actually. Book of the year, how many books I'd read and things like that, little summary of that. This Hard Hat Crew #1, this here is my husband as an extra in a movie, which that movie has still not come out yet, but I cannot wait for it to come out. There was a movie being filmed in our local town, and he was an extra in it. He was Hard Hat Crew #1. And yeah, it's come out at film festivals, but it's not, we've not been able to find it released anywhere else. Gingerbread yogurt, but unfortunately, as much as I wanted to enjoy that, I had COVID and I couldn't taste anything. This was a phone call, video chat with my sister and my nieces. They only live 5 minutes away, but I had COVID, so I couldn't see them. And then this was the end. This is Freya absolutely losing it at the end of the phone call because her mother would not let her have a second packet of tiny teddies for the day, and she lost it. This was a fun nutcracker. Spot the difference. Love that. Okay, again, I don't need to show you everything in this book. What I'm loving about this book is how junky and full it looks. How, like, everything, there's like so much to look at. Your eyes are overstimulated. I love in my journals for my eyeballs to be overstimulated. That's what I'm all about. I was feeling merry blooming Christmas. Not really. I was very fragile because, again, this was the day before my daughter Skylar's birthday. This was her birthday here. Yeah, my precious girl. 8th of December is her birthday. Yeah, so that there was us lighting a candle for her, and my lovely sister, the one with the 2 girls, she made us this beautiful pie for dinner and meringues for dessert and brought it up and just made us everything that we needed for dinner. She was just so nice. Yeah. So nice. Our Spotify Wrapped is in there. Chocolate. So much chocolate through December. I eat so much chocolate. This, I just about to say my poor 100%. I was reading that there. My poor husband started coming down with the COVID this day. So poor. COVID is no joke. More Christmas paper. I love adding little Christmas cards in. Oh, this was actually one sent to me, but sometimes I add in Christmas cards that I've got from op shops and things where I just use it to have more writing space. Oh my gosh, what is this? All of these bits. Oh, they're supposed to be tucked in here. That's fine. I was thinking, where did these even go? What are they doing? But they are. This is a little tiny pocket down here. There we go. Starbucks. This little Christmas pudding thing. Oh my gosh, so cute. So cute. I love nutcrackers. Nutcrackers are is probably one of my favorite like Christmas motif things. I love nutcrackers. Getting our Christmas tree quite late in the season. Here's our little piece of Christmas tree. I told you guys we often do that. I put them in a little packet with some sequins and glitter and things and make just like a little piece of our tree to stay with us throughout the years. This was my favorite photo of us earlier in the year. Love it. Love it. More Christmas cards. Oh, from Laurel. So nice. 2 weeks till Christmas. I am loving more and more the vintage Christmas. I've noticed that about myself. More and more into the vintage Christmas and the like traditional Christmas stuff. But I am definitely an eclectic person and I mix it with like pink and red, like all the pink and bright stuff. I love a good mix of styles and aesthetics. I don't either fall into just one style, I guess. See, I love like this is a vintage paper bag that had like decorative paper, like tissue paper. Oh my gosh, James shaved all his hair off and he looked like a fish. That makes me laugh so much. I'd forgotten this already. He got bored and he just cut all his hair off from bored to bald. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. I'd forgotten about that. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. I love, this is why I keep journals. And if you don't keep a journal, this is why you should too, because you just forget so much and then you look back and it's like, oh, my life is in here and this is so special. We took all these beautiful photos of my nieces down in their garden and Freya took a bunch of these photos too. It was so fun. This was my wrapping day. I just watched one movie, I think, this day. I wasn't in the mood. I wasn't in a Christmas spirit this year. Being sick. That's right, this is my sister's horse photo. Archie is her horse and I found this in a magazine that said A is for Archie and it was a Christmas stocking. So fun. Went out on a date night this day. So fun. And we picked up my pottery that I needed to pick up. Date night. So nice. Ugh. Look at my life. Isn't my life wonderful? Even though there's hard stuff, getting to document all of the good things, it reminds me my life is actually wonderful. This was a beautiful photo my husband took down at the river near my sister's house. And it just was stunning. So gorgeous. I had to put it in there. So fun. I'm a Grinch before coffee. Oh my gosh, I love Christmas. Okay, I'm so excited. This was my coffee at that time and I thought it looked quite Christmassy. The colours looked quite Christmassy. So I added it in. Okay, this is so fun. Oh, my dad had his hip surgery. He had both of his hips replaced. That's right. I'd forgotten that. Oh, Hazel with a scarf on her head like a little freak. And this was some of her first art that she ever made me. So sweet. Going out to his Christmas work party. So many incredible bits of life in here. So special. So special. We're nearly at Christmas. I need to finish. This is Christmas Eve. Here we go. Let's keep it going. This must be Christmas Eve. The girls putting their decorations on Grandma's tree. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. This is our Christmas day. So fun. Went right. Oh, this must be Boxing Day. I like to very much change the vibe. You can see I went purple and green here because once Christmas is over, I am over Christmas. I get over it just like that. So I very much try and change to normal right after that. My fountain pen looks so good with my Hobonichi weeks. We are special. We are fancy. Take a photo of me saying fancy. He's so weird. My husband is so weird and I love him so much. Veggies in fridge. Funny. I don't know. This must have been a card that arrived to me. A postcard arrived to me a little bit. Oh, yes. Oh, that's a gorgeous postcard, actually. Arrived to me a little after Christmas. Tipped that in. So nice. Having a little minty bee. It's fine. It happens. Morning journaling. And this here is the New Year's Eve end of my book. So that there is my last year's Christmas journal, and from this one I am remembering that I still love those more traditional. I love a good mix of the traditional and non-traditional, but I like quite a lot of the traditional stuff heavily in there. Yeah, I loved this book too, and I love my pages to just be like intensely full of stuff, overstimulating to my eyeballs. I want that. Okay guys, that was a good look through my Christmas journals. I hope that this might have been interesting or helpful for you, just having a look through some of my journals to see if there was anything that might inspire you to make a Christmas journal. And honestly, the one thing I would want you to take away from this more than anything else is just to make a Christmas journal, because there's so many memories in these books that I would have forgotten if I hadn't written stuff down and stuck in, you know, bits and pieces to help me remember, because honestly, my life is so special. Even though it is so hard sometimes, life is so special, and there's so much in here that I would have forgotten if I hadn't written it down. That's what I want you to take away from this video, if nothing else. Thank you very much for being here, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will catch you again in my next video. Bye, friends.